Welcome to Live Interactive English. I am your host, Shane.
And I'm your host, Nina.
And today we are looking at day 2 of phone-free dining, the war over phones at the table.
Yeah, so it is a war here because some people think that you shouldn't have your phones at the dining table, and some people think, why? I can do 2 things at once.
I can multitask.
Why not,
Or
right?
if I just check my phone every once in a while, who's that bothering?
No big deal.
Or, some people are important and they get a lot of important things on their phones. So
like
who
me,
knows?
people are always contacting me.
So in day 1, we learned about a shop owner, right? He has a noodle shop, and he's basically banned. To ban something means that you don't allow it. He banned phones at, or at least looking at your phone. I don't think you have to keep it outside or something.
I think you just can't be
You can't be using your phone while you're eating his incredibly delicious noodles because they're just at their best when they are fresh, and he doesn't want them to start cooling off while you're sitting there scrolling on your phone or looking or 自拍 or whatever you're deciding to do.
Or maybe the rule should be you're not allowed to use your phone for the first 15 minutes, but once it's cold, then sure, take your time.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
Maybe you should change the rules. I don't know. I think it's a pretty bold move on his part. I mean, I would be afraid I'm going to lose business because this is a digital world. And let me tell you, people do use their smartphones while they're eating. It's just, especially when they're alone.
Yes, but to be fair, because of this bold move, he's gotten international
so much publicity.
Yes, international recognition, or like people are talking about this place. So he probably is getting better business now because of this bold move. He
might be a genius in disguise. Maybe this guy, maybe it was some marketing, just for marketing.
A strategy,
So amazing. Okay, let's learn. We still have opinions that we need to hear about this bold move. So let's get into day 2.
Okay.
Sarah, 32, office worker. Half the reason I try new restaurants is to post about them, ban my phone, and I'll just find somewhere else to go. Restaurants may be missing out on promotion from customers who post pictures and reviews online. This is especially important for new or smaller businesses that are trying to build a reputation.
All right, like we promised, day 2 of phone-free dining, the war over phones at the table. So go ahead, Nina.
Okay, so we heard 2 people prior, right? The owner
and a student.
And a student.
Yeah.
And let's see what this person has to say. Sarah, 32, office worker. Half the reason I try new restaurants is to post about them. Ban my phone and I'll just find somewhere else to go. Interesting. But I feel like you could post about it
after you eat.
After you eat, or you can post the sign of the store, or like as you walk in, you can take a quick picture. But I think it's the idea of using your phone while your food is there.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
But the problem would be you just want to take a picture of those delicious noodles. He's banned the phone.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's not a good idea because people share these things on their Instagram or on TikTok or like wherever. I mean, and she's one of them, right? So she'll just go somewhere else.
But I feel like maybe with just people who like taking pictures of her food, even if they posted about it, it wouldn't have the same publicity as what he has now from banning the phone. So maybe he's still doing a good job
Maybe he's still a genius. Okay, she continues to say, restaurants may be missing out on promotion from customers who post pictures and reviews online. So what is a review? A review is a report or article where someone gives their opinion about, it could be a book, a movie, a product like this, a product, which is food, or a service to tell others if it is good or bad. Okay. So for example, you could say this book received many good reviews.
Okay. Now, continuing, this is especially important for new or smaller businesses that are trying to build a reputation. Yes, that is true, especially for smaller businesses. Especially means more than usual or particularly.
Right.
For example, this lesson is especially useful for beginners. Yes, if you're a new business, you usually want that promotion and everything. But maybe Ken, the owner, he just has a little small shop and he loves what he does and he wants people to just enjoy his food, and that's his priority.
My guess would be that this owner of this shop already has very good business.
Yeah,
and he probably has people waiting.
Lining up.
And I bet the reason for the phones, just from my opinion and what I'm imagining, is he just wants people, he wants the turnover.
Yeah,
he wants people to just eat their noodles and get out so some new customer could come in.
Probably.
That's what I'm thinking is going on.
But he's probably at a place now that he makes so much money, he could get a bigger restaurant, more than 6 people.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's go to Hanny.
Okay.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。同学们认为用餐时应该禁用手机吗？我们今天继续来看其他3位民众的看法。下一位是上班族 Sarah， 她说她去尝试新餐厅，有一半的原因是想发文分享。那禁止用手机的话，她就会去找其他的店。那原本那家餐厅可能就因此失去了顾客分享照片评论所带来的宣传效果了。这对于正在建立口碑的新店或是小型餐厅尤其的重要。好，我们看单字 review 这个名词，它可以指书啊、电影、店家等等它的评论评价。那么 especially 这个副词表示尤其特别的。这边有一个重点 ，miss out on something 表示错过点点点，尤其是错过什么样的机会或经验。miss out 它是指错失参与某些有趣、有益或重要事物的机会，后面常常会接 on 加上名词或动名词。例如，Don't miss out on such a great opportunity. 千万别错过这么好的机会。接话课文中。
Okay, thank you, Hanny. So we've heard multiple people's opinions on what should be right and wrong, right?
Yeah. What's right, what's wrong? Yeah, should you scroll and stare at your phone while you're eating? But again, it's not just that. Should you be taking photos of your food?
That's
Should
true.
you be reviewing it? These things are what we've come to. This point in society now, that is what you do at a restaurant. You take pictures of your food. You post online. You give reviews. I don't know. This is a tricky one.
Okay, we still have, I think, 2 more people's opinions?
That's right.
Okay.
So let's go to the second part of the article, and we'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Marcus, 41, teacher. I like the idea of phone-free restaurants for family meals. When phones are put away, people talk more and pay attention to each other. I think some restaurants are trying to create that kind of atmosphere. If someone is eating on their own, however, that's a different case.
Diana, 22, waiter. Some restaurants are small, busy, and have limited seating. Because of this, sometimes people have to wait in line for quite a long time. If someone is constantly checking their phone, they may end up taking a long time to finish their meal. I understand the ban in situations like these.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. So we have 2 more people's opinions on whether this noodle shop should ban phones or not, right?
Okay,
what do you think?
Right, all right, let's go to Marcus. Marcus, 41, teacher. I like the idea of phone-free restaurants for family meals. When phones are put away, people talk more and pay attention to each other.
Yeah, that's true.
I really agree with this one. Yeah, because I mentioned before, I've been to family meals and occasions where everybody from age 10
to 70
to 80 were all on their smartphones and no one was talking to each other or interacting with each other. And I didn't like it. It made me a little bit uncomfortable. I just thought this is just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, continuing. I think some restaurants are trying to create that kind of atmosphere. If someone is eating on their own, however, that's a different case. I agree.
Totally agree with this guy.
Yes.
I like the idea for groups.
Indeed. Because you should interact with the person that you're with.
Right.
But if you're by yourself, why do you have to limit yourself to just looking at your food?
And I'm having a feeling at a 5-seat noodle shop, a lot of those people are going to be eating alone.
Yes.
It's a lot, probably going there for lunch. They're eating alone, or right after work, they're eating alone. They're grabbing a quick bowl of noodles.
Yeah.
And they're probably, I think that if you're by yourself, especially these days, we really depend on our smartphone to keep us company. It is kind of like a thing that keeps us company when we don't have anybody else to interact with.
Otherwise, you'll be quite lonely, right?
Otherwise, like I can just imagine, like if I want an MRT and there were no smartphones, how many like Taiwanese people would just be staring at me because I'm a foreigner? Like, it already happens enough. Do you get stared at a lot?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you get stared at a lot. Imagine if people didn't have their smartphone to distract them.
They'd just be staring at the white guy.
Staring at the white guy all day. Okay, let's go to Hanny, and we'll be right back.
下一位是一名教师 Marcus， 他说他喜欢餐厅在家庭聚餐时禁用手机的做法。当手机收起来后，人们就会聊得更多，也会更关注彼此。可是如果是独自用餐，那就是另一回事了。好，这边有一个重点是 put away 做及物用的不同意思。首先，它可以表达收起来、放好，也就是表达将物品整理并放回原处。例如 Put away your toys. It's time for lunch. 把玩具收好，午餐时间到咯。再来，它可以表达存起来，这表示为未来存钱或者是储存资源的意思。例如 They put away money each month to buy their first house. 他们为了买第一间房子，每个月存钱。好，那就好，课文中。
Okay, so we've got 4 down, 1 to go. All right, so who do we got now? Diana, 22, waiter. So I think you've noticed the way that they've been doing this is they say the name, they say a number, and then they tell you what their occupation or what they do, right? So you have the name, of course, that's the age, and then what this person does for a living. Okay, so she says, some restaurants are small, busy, and have limited seating. Because of this, sometimes people have to wait in line for quite a long time.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that earlier, right?
Because I'm thinking that is probably his reasoning.
Yeah, imagine having a lot of people waiting and the people who are eating are just on their phones.
Yeah, or just wasting time taking pictures of it, or maybe even writing the review right there at their table.
Yeah.
You know, something like that. Or just on TikTok watching videos. So limited. So when we say something is limited, it just means small in amount or number. There's not a lot of something available. So for example, you could say, the ticket office will sell a limited number of tickets on Friday. Right? So continuing with the waitress.
Continuing. If someone is constantly checking their phone, they may end up taking a long time to finish their meal. That's true. I understand the ban in situations like these. Okay, so you're constantly checking your phone. Constantly means happening all the time. You keep on doing something.
You're doing it just the whole time.
Yes.
Constant. Yes.
For example, technology is constantly changing.
Okay, we have another vocabulary word, situation. Now, a situation is a set of conditions or the way things are happening at a certain place and time. So, for example, you could say, sometimes it's hard to stay calm in difficult situations.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to Hanny. We'll be right back.
Okay.
最后一位是服务生 Diana， 她认为有些餐厅空间不大，可是生意很好，座位有限，所以有时候顾客必须排队排很久。如果有人一直在滑手机，可能就会拖很久才吃完饭。在这种情况下，她是可以理解这一项禁令的。好，单字 limited， 它是形容有限的、不多的。Constantly 这个副词表示持续不断的、不停的，或是表达总是、一直。Situation 这个名词是情况、状况或者是形式。这边有一个重点，我们来看看片语动词 end up， 它表示最后变成、结果成为怎么样，用来描述非预期的结果。那之后你可以接形容词，或者是接 as 名词，也可以只接名词，或者是接 VING， 还可以接介系词片语。我们补充一下 end up 后面是可以直接接名词的，这多用于口语用法。那如果是 end up as 加名词，则是语气比较完整，比较常用于正式或者是书面的语境。我们这边造2个例句。Cheryl wanted to be a lawyer, but she ended up as a yoga instructor.Cheryl 原本想要当律师，但最后却成了瑜伽老师。另外一个例句是 Sarah took the wrong train and ended up in 花莲。Sarah 搭错火车，结果到了花莲。接华课文中。
Okay, thank you, Hanny. Now we have a what do you think question. Do you think that banning phones in restaurants is a good idea, Shane?
I don't really agree with the phone ban because I think that it's up to the customer who spent their money how they want to enjoy their meal. If enjoying their meal means they want to scroll on their phone, that's none of my business, especially if I'm a business owner or something like that. I just feel like this person is a paying customer. If they want to, well, maybe not to dance around the restaurant, that might cause a disturbance, but if they're not disturbing anybody being on their phone. So I feel like it's none of your business if they look at their phone or not. So I disagree.
Okay, well, there are some rules in restaurants or limitations, such as how long you're allowed to dine.
That's true.
Right? So
That's true.
that would also solve the problem of people spending too much time on their phones while eating.
You could say there's a 30-minute, he could impose a 30-minute limit.
Yeah.
On the people eating their noodles if he really wants to do it that way.
That's true. That's an option, right?
Yeah, that would be a way. Okay, anyway, well, there's lots of different options. Why don't we go ahead, let's review the article again, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, sounds great. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Sarah, 32, office worker. Half the reason I try new restaurants is to post about them, ban my phone, and I'll just find somewhere else to go. Restaurants may be missing out on promotion from customers who post pictures and reviews online. This is especially important for new or smaller businesses that are trying to build a reputation.
Marcus, 41, teacher. I like the idea of phone-free restaurants for family meals. When phones are put away, people talk more and pay attention to each other. I think some restaurants are trying to create that kind of atmosphere. If someone is eating on their own, however, that's a different case.
Diana, 22, waiter. Some restaurants are small, busy, and have limited seating. Because of this, sometimes people have to wait in line for quite a long time. If someone is constantly checking their phone, they may end up taking a long time to finish their meal. I understand the ban in situations like these.
最后我们来复习今天课文里的单字文法。单字的部分有 review 名词，它表示书啊、电影、店家等等的评论评价。especially 副词表示尤其特别的。limited 这个形容词是形容有限的、不多的。Constantly 这个副词是持续不断的、不停的，或是总是一直。Situation 这个名词则表示情况、状况或形式。文法的部分，我们第一个学到 miss out on something 是表达错过点点点的机会或经验。第二个学到 put away 当及物用的不同意思，它可以表达收起来、放好，也可以表达存起来。而第三个学到片语动词 end up， 它表示最后变成、结果成为怎么样。那以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。 Oh no, we're gonna be late. Winnie, are you ready?
I'm coming.
Hurry up.
Okay, I'm here.
I have to tell them we're gonna be late.
Let's go.
That's what you're wearing?
That's what you're wearing? I am wearing a fancy outfit.
Yeah, but your patterns are clashing.
Clashing?
Yeah.
What, isn't it the more patterns you wear, the better? Because, this is pretty, this is also pretty. Together, it's the perfect outfit.
Together, it's too much.
I'll go change. So today we are talking about the different types of patterns that are on different types of clothing, and that's what makes fashion really fun because we have all sorts of styles. This first one we're talking about is the solid type of garment. This means it's just one color. You're not going to get a mixture of many different colors. Whereas sometimes you will have a solid color, but on top of it will be a graphic design of some sort. It could be a drawing, it could be a photo printed on, and then sometimes they will screen print it onto the t-shirt, and that makes a graphic tee.
But what happens when you do have another clothing item, a garment that is also a solid color, but there's still a design on it? Well, this type of clothes, we can call it textured because we're trying to describe that the clothes also has a physical feel to it. It's not just totally smooth. You can feel that it has ridges. You can feel the different stitches, or the material itself can feel bumpy.
Or sometimes they fold it. Like pleated pattern. So actually it's not just like a textural physical component, it's also a visual one. That's really cool, and that's what makes clothes really fun.
Today we learned about different ways to describe the clothing or the garment that we wear, and it's very interesting because it's such a diverse world in the fashion world, right? There's all these different types of clothes you can wear, and it can really make your closet look more interesting.
Yes, well, that is all we have for today. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and send us a DM or an email if there's something you want to say in English, but you just don't know how.
Kiwi later.